The Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
For my ally is the Force, and the powerful ally it is. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go.
Yeah. Yes. Yes!
No, Anakin. Let it go. Let it go.
If you're not for me, then you are my enemy.
Only Sith steal in absolutes, Anakin. I will do what I must.
You will try.
All right, here we are getting some on-court footage. Volkl V Square versus Solinco, both of them square-shaped polys, making direct competitors on the market. For those of you who are weary of your dollar bills, Volkl V Square $10.99 for one pack. Solinco $11.99 for one pack. So just by $1, Volkl a little bit cheaper. Now, you know, the shape of the string is much more pronounced on the Volkl, I must say. You can clearly feel the edges of the squares, the bevels, extremely abrasive if you brush your finger on it, more so than Solinco. And I gotta say, straight up, in the spin department, I give my nod to Volkl. Had much more shape, much more loop on my shots. You know, the bevels, the side of the square on the mains and the crosses rubbing against each other, just so much snapback. They just slid. It's tons of string movement, more so than I've seen on any other string, constantly having to readjust strings in the sweet spot. And that's conducive to spin. So with a more clear-cut and defined shape, you know, the square shape and Volkl, and more string movement, I got to give, again, the nod to Volkl in the spin department. But with that said, I think it became an erratic string bed. It became less predictable, less controlled. It was tough to volley. And, yeah, just the control suffered as a result. So it was kind of a give-and-take relationship. Overall, as a whole, Solinco, definitely a spin-friendly string. There's no denying that. But, you know, it's more of a complete package where you don't suffer too much on control like you do on Volkl. So just kind of my takeaway, kind of a limited play test. The durability on these puppies, I'm a dodo bird. I bought 19 gauge. That's what I'm playing with this in this video. Ultra thin, and I should have known better. It broke within like 2 hours, if that.
They say fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. Oh, that's it, yeah. And the dark side of the Force was absolute fraud. Come on, man. Just a couple days in, probably less than 5 hours.
It's because you
Definitely
get
less than 5 hours.
15s.
What do you mean?
15, isn't it? What is it? Like I do 16, or you do 17.
Yes.
What's the
only saving grace on this right now is that it was, I believe, 17.
Okay.
So it is definitely a thinner gauge.
That's a gauge.
The propensity for breaking is much higher with that. But all right, well, all we can do now is talk about it. How do you think Solinco fares in the spin department?
I mean, it's great. I have spin heavy strokes. I have a wacky grip, and it catches it. Get a lot of loop. Some good depth. I feel, and despite the spin, it's got a good pop, which is something that I like a lot.
So, I mean, yeah, the string, the spin potential is definitely there, but just the durability, man. This is the second time I've had these strings in a racket, and the first time they broke within an hour. This time they break within 4 hours or whatever.
Wow. So the first set you had broke.
Yes, that
Those
was
are crap.
a couple months ago.
That's awful.
So if you're gonna go with Volkl, definitely keep the gauge below 17 because it will break just way too quickly. So it sucks because you didn't even get to play with these.
I didn't.
So the
I
comparison
wanted to.
really is limited today.
Yeah.
But as far as aesthetics, which one's cooler? This one. You tell us, folks. The red and the white combo for the dark side, or the green on green for the force. I guess the only thing left to say is that with these, now I am a master.
Only a master of evil.
Trash been tennis. It's all about the tennis trash we've been. Later.